So Salman, obviously we know that Manny Pacquiao and Thurman has been made, but neither boxer can afford to lose. Neither of them can afford to lose. Now, this is what makes this fight so exciting and so great, because there's so much on the line. Neither fighter can afford a slippage. What we have to realize is Pacquiao is coming towards the end of his career. We need to still see if Pacquiao's still a top fighter, if he can still compete with these big boys at welterweight. And Thurman's coming off a 2-year-long layoff. Many people think Thurman's finished. Many people think Thurman's not the same fighter. And this is an opportunity for Keith Thurman to show that he's still at the top. He's still a top fighter. So this fight is perfect because it's going to give us an indication of where both fighters are. It's going to give us an indication to see who's going to go on to the bigger and better things. You know, we know that Thurman is the WBA super champion. Pacquiao is the regular champion. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this fight plays out. It's going to be very interesting. But what do you make of the article? I saw an article on the boxing scene where it said, Pacquiao, Thurman, neither boxer can afford to lose. Why do you think neither boxer can afford to lose?
One, if he loses, will probably retire. Because obviously, if he loses to Thurman, then there's no big fights for him. And Keith Thurman can't afford to lose because he doesn't want to rebuild. He just wants to go straight into the mega. Because if he beats Pacquiao and he's injury-free, then he can't fight he can't fight cab drivers then. He has to fight then Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. What else is he in the game for then? If he beats Pacquiao, there's no other option but the champions then. Sean Porter.
Because you'd say they're the top dogs after Pacquiao.
It's like a round robin now. Spence is fighting Porter. If Spence beats Porter, if Porter beats Spence, they've got 2 belts there. Yeah, the winner of that's going to have 2 belts. It isn't going to be a rematch clause because they both have belts. The other fight is... What's the other fight that's happening?
Spence, Porter, Pacquiao.
Thurman, yeah? So the winner of that will then match up to fight the winner of these 2.
Yeah.
If it doesn't happen, then it's stupid. Like, if Al Heyman just marinates it even more. Like, just say if Errol Spence beats Porter and Thurman beats Pacquiao, then there's no ifs and buts then. Because that's for I think that's for the unified titles. And then the last one's going to be with Bud. But the thing is, that has to happen. If these 2 both win, they have to fight each other then. Because it's a natural matchup. So then 3 belts. And then they need 1 more in... I think is Terence Crawford the Ring Magazine champion as well?
No. He's just moved up. He's not the Ring Magazine. He can't be. But sticking to Pacquiao, Thurman, the fight's a brilliant fight because, like I said, because there's so much on the line and no one can afford to lose, right? Because like you said, if Pacquiao loses, right, he may have to call it a day.
No, I don't think he will have to call it a day because who else is he going to fight?
Yeah, then there won't be any of the big fights out there for him. Yeah, there'll still be fights. It's Pacquiao, but it won't be any meaningful fights out there for him. Thing is with Pacquiao, the only problem is if Pacquiao beats Thurman, he probably will have to fight Spence and Crawford anyway. So for both of these guys, the next steps are going to be Spence or Crawford.
This fight's going to be a very cracking fight, man. Pacquiao versus Thurman. I can't wait to see it, to be honest. I think it's going to be a cracking fight. Because it's going to be because the thing is, Pacquiao, unless Pacquiao goes into a shell, I know for sure Keith Thurman comes to fight. Like, in all of his fights, he comes to fight.
Yeah, but Pacquiao comes to fight as well. Why would Pacquiao go in a show? When has Pacquiao ever gone into a show?
I hope he doesn't, where...
Thurman might go into a show, because Thurman's done it before. You know, Thurman against Danny Garcia wasn't willing to trade. He wasn't willing to go out there and...
No, but he still did enough to win the fight, though. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think Thurman I think Thurman struggled against Danny. You know, and...
No, all these fights... Even against Sean Porter, it was a close fight. But he just did enough to win, in my opinion. As I said, the difference between someone like a Sean Porter and Keith Thurman, there's not. It's a little difference. And that's what won in the fight. He's not way better than these guys, like Danny Garcia and Sean Porter. He's probably a little bit better. That little bit better, that's why he won the fight. But
you've got to remember, that was before he got injured. Then he got injured for 2 years. So, you know...
I don't think none of these guys personally beat Bud. I just think he's way too good, man.
I think Pacquiao stylistically could give Bud a lot of problems. I think this matchup is going to tell us what Pacquiao's got left. This matchup is gonna be a great matchup. And guys, the thing is with this matchup, like I've said earlier, it's a brilliant matchup because neither of them can afford to lose. If Thurman loses, he may be derailed, and he may have to call it a day. Thurman might not be able to come back from this. If Pacquiao loses, we know that Pacquiao's on the wrong side of his career. He'll probably have to call it a day. This is why this fight is great. Leave your thoughts, guys, and guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.